And welcome back. I am so glad that you had the opportunity to join us. We have an amazing show this week. Of course, we always want to thank our sponsors. So big shout out to Equity First. If you are experiencing credit and or financial challenges for yourself or your business, feel free to reach out to any one of their trained professionals. They are bilingual nationwide and waiting for your call. And now that we got that out of the way, we have an amazing lineup of women this week. And our first guest is Ashley Scott, and she is no different. We are so looking forward to learning more about you. So, Ashley, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction and the opportunity to join you today. I'm really excited.
So, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Awesome. Would love to do that. So, I am a non traditional woman in data. My background is actually in public health, and I had my time working in the public health sector for a few years. And over time, I realized that the connection that I wanted to work in certain projects, specifically with my consulting experience, had really opened a door for me to explore more tech driven or data driven roles within healthcare. So, in my discovery phase, I have been able to pivot into a career in data and analytics and now working at a Fortune 50 company doing more strategic work outside of the public health realm that I had previously had training in. So it's really exciting to see that even if you have an intention to do something, you stick to your plan A sometimes changes over time. How do you learn to be more adaptable and learn different skill sets that you didn't realize that you had until you tap into those resources. So really excited in terms of sharing that message and helping others from non-traditional backgrounds see what they are capable of doing outside of my 9 to 5. I'm also the CEO and founder of Data Girl Ash, which is a professional training and coaching company that helps to mentor and encourage others to also pursue data entry careers.
And it's so funny because you don't hear that every day. We speak to women. Especially anybody that knows me and follows my show, they know I love to highlight strong, empowering women. I think there's something to be said for somebody who does not have that victim mentality. They're just about just go, go, go. That true entrepreneur spirit. So I love that you have not only pivoted and learned from that experience, but you've then turned that into I don't want to use the word side hustle, but you've turned that into your side hustle. So tell us a little bit about the clients that come to you for consulting, and more importantly, what somebody should be able to walk away with and or expect from your services.
Awesome. That's a great question. I've had several clients come to me from backgrounds of education, also healthcare, folks that have heard about data tech jobs specifically through the benefits of utilizing social media. And one of the concerns that they have is, okay, I have an influx of information. I don't know where to start. And I was like, that is completely normal because where someone else is in their journey, you may not even realize like you are at that same point, or you might be a little bit more advanced, but it all depends. And some of the strategies that we use is, take me back to what is the type of work that energizes you, inspires you, makes you feel like when you step away from it, you're still thinking about it to some capacity. What's important to you? And I think when doing our life work, right, in some way or shape, if we're able to learn how to enhance those skills, it becomes a lot easier to just make sure, like, you know what, I want to focus in and I feel motivated. So in these sessions, we work one on one in terms of crafting some of their unique experiences, understanding where they want to go, or even if they want to do exploratory projects just to get their feet wet. Let's say someone has an interest in real estate. Okay, you are interested in looking at how the prices vary in different areas. How can we look at specific data to help you either create a slide deck, let's say for a real estate broker who wants to generate more sales in a specific area, or maybe yourself, you're interested in investing in a particular property, that's something important to you. How can we use historical data to help you forecast what investment that may look like in the near future and really create that vision for yourself. So in those sessions, again, it varies depending on if someone wants to do this as, a side project or advance in their career. and essentially working to ensure that they have the resources that they need to actually execute those particular projects. If it's interview prep, then we'll work one on one to work on their resume and ensure that they have all of the keywords that they need and an online portfolio, and working through those steps so that we can go from, whether that's beginner or, just from the general curiosity state to now feeling more empowered, encouraged, and now in the space where they feel fueled to do that work.
I love that. And what's so important that you just said was talking about the data points. And ironically, I just spoke to one of my clients the other day who is looking to expand their business, and they own a coffee shop. And what he said to me was, Rhonda, I took time to do traffic flow patterns and grab data. And he said, and based on the data, I now recognize that I made mistakes in the first few locations I opened. And he starts going through this whole thing with me. And it's not something that I think most small businesses or consumers, entrepreneurs are thinking about when they're looking to create a transition. And I love that you offer that as a service. Now, when somebody comes to you, do you charge by a package or is it by a session? Like, I'm so interested in what you do because I do a tremendous amount of consulting, but I think my consulting is different than yours. So you might just be a good alliance partner for me to know more about. So tell me more.
Yes. No, I really credit social media in terms of helping me to communicate the different opportunities that I offer services for. So primarily I do coaching one-on-one, so you can book a session on my calendar and we can coordinate what works best. I do notice that depending on the context of a specific project or, point of entry where we're thinking, where do we want to go next? Sometimes we may have specific scheduled blocks where we'll work in a particular package. And other times when I'm working with more corporate organizations, nonprofits, sometimes we'll work on a different statement of work as well, because we're also preparing for events, speaking engagements, and things like that. So it can vary, of course, depending on what the end goal is. But I do find that it is beneficial to have at least a few sessions scheduled and dedicated for us to initially think of, okay, starting with our why do we want to do this? What is the benefit that you hope to get, so we can fill in those gaps? I think it's always great when you have an official discovery call, but what happens after that? So I always love to follow up with my clients, give them some feedback, and, if you will, take home assignments, just so that they can hold themselves accountable and also work with me as an accountability partner as well. Because as we know, technology changes very rapidly. What we learn today can change tomorrow or even in a few hours. So really important to have that support system.
So, of course, my next question is, how does AI play into what you're doing for your clients?
That is a great question, and depending on which area we're talking about, I would definitely say AI has been very beneficial in terms of staying connected with my clients. So some of the integrations that I have are automated reminders to say, "Hey, this is a checkpoint to, stay in touch with a particular client you met at the beginning of the month." Sometimes it will help me to condense some of our notes in a session just so I can understand a little bit more of what are the key things that we need to highlight, send that over to the client I'm working with, and automate my business in an efficient way so that we can really focus on, okay, what are the steps that we're taking to meet that end goal whenever that particular proposed time we had. So in terms of AI and helping automate my business, it's been very helpful for me, because it's like I have an assistant, if you will. But in in the big picture of it, I find that it's very beneficial again to have that human connection, because in terms of how we become more inspired, it's like we see someone else doing the work, or and even collaborating, sharing ideas, and being more human centric is very important.
I love it. I like this was such an, an impromptu, let's get on and let's talk about it. So, of course, just for the sake of time, I am really looking forward to hearing you because you, congratulations, are a TEDx speaker at the upcoming conference at the end of October. But more importantly, Ashley, if somebody wants to follow you or get in touch with you, how do they find you?
Yes, thank you so much again for the opportunity. If anyone is interested in learning about the world of data, if you're a data enthusiastic, just wanting to get inspired, feel free to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and X now on Data Girl Ash, all one word. And feel free to email me at connect@datagirlash.com.
I love it. Ashley, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.